All right. Sorry, my neighbor's having a good time. I'm trying to like close all the noise off, but it's Saturday night and they're having a good time, and it's actually fun to hear them have a good time. I'm not mad. But with that being said, it's time to apply the pressure, y'all. It's time to apply the pressure. And let me get into it. Let's get into this economy. All right. Let's get into some economics. All right. Let's get into what's really going on. All right. What's really going on. All right. What they're trying to do. Some of y'all never been to foreign countries, never seen a chalkboard with the United States, Sweden, and like a competition, like for the day to see who has the higher dollar. And this is what this is all about with these people. It's all about how they can manipulate the money. All right. This is what this really boils down to. And I'm about to show you how we are gonna apply the pressure. You understand? I know y'all thinking they're giving you a little bit of rope because what's coming is inflation, inflation, inflation. I've already done a video about this, talking about inflation. Here we come. I'm a Rumble. Mikey Romero, one word, capital R for Romero, all lowercase, the rest lowercase. All right? I've already been talking about this, and now it's come to fruition, and you can't deny the gas prices. I don't care where you're at, the gas prices are ridiculous. Why? Because Sleepy Joe, the puppet, cut the gas line that we had on our own continent with Mexico, Canada, and the United States. And now you see why Trudeau is such a sellout, and Biden is such a sellout. Why? And why they tried to make the president of Mexico such a clown, because they want to get rid of that. Why are these politicians so crazy and going along with this? Because they've overextended themselves. Why is Obama the drama, the whitest black man I've ever seen in my life, living in a $12 million mansion 12 feet away from the ocean in Martha's Vineyards, telling you to worry about climate change? Because he's a puppet, and it's time for you to see it. Here it is. Because they put these puppets in place to move the money around, all right? And what's happening right now is inflation is coming because they've printed so much US dollars that it's just getting ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you a couple ways that you can start to stash some money, all right? And I'm going to go new. I'm not just going to come out with the old school. So let's get into it. Salud. I don't know what the hell the date is. September 4th or 5th or 6th, right around there. It's somewhere on the Rumble thing or Facebook. But anyway, this is important because right now I'm talking to friends. I've seen people. They're like, "Oh my god, I got to go watch a baseball game." Oh, you got to go? Like they're like, "Oh my god, I got to watch a baseball game." Oh, really? I used to go watch baseball games for $2 right here in San Diego. I used to go from El Cajon Boulevard on my bike and stroll down 40th Street, which is now like the 15 or whatever, 805. No, it's 15, I think. But anyway, on my bike, like with jacked up Payless shoes on, and have $2 in my pocket and watch a baseball game at Qualcomm Stadium. And now you're like, oh, thank goodness we can watch a stadium and pay $5 million for a burrito or a taco or hot dog or whatever. Oh, thank God. My friend yesterday, she's like, oh, I went to the gym the other day. I only had to step over two homeless people, and there was some human feces in the parking lot in Santa Monica or Ventura, but it was all good. Everything's getting back to normal. That's your new normal, man? Kiss my ass. But I told you this is where we're coming. Oh, by the way, look at this is my bedroom. This is normal. This is it. Look at Tijuana, Mexico. Oh yeah. By the way, inversions. When you do inversions on me, that's not good. But that makes me push harder. But this is how my room is actually set up. I forgot about that. Yeah, look at this. They always invert this. That's why this is always backwards. By the way, that's pretty cool. I like it. But anyway. With that being said, it's time to do a deep dive. So as far as the economics go, let's get into the real deal Holyfield. Sorry, I got a little lost track. But with the inflation, just look at the gas prices because you can't deny them. So they're just going to keep going skyrocketing. Okay, so let's start there. And the next thing is that the corporations, we're going to put the squeeze on them. That's why I said it's time for us to put the squeeze on them. And you're like, how do we do that? We got to boycott. We got to do certain things. And what's going to happen is the corporations now have the squeeze on them. They thought they had the squeeze on us. You know, you get that Baphomet, the Elvis Levy Baphomet. Why I put Elvis Levy? It's because it's that dual snake going around that thing. It's that dual snake competing for the world. You see it? And now we're going to squeeze them. It's a fight. That's where it is. It's a very spiritual thing. You got to have to understand it. You don't understand it. And when you become awake, you have to understand there's the dark and there's the light. And that dual snake that's going around that little staff is telling you that there's a fight right now. And, we are in a fight, and they're trying to convince us something, but we have to wake up and see it. And we have to see that we have the power. Because what are you doing right now? You're doing a devaluation of the American dollar. And that's why your gas prices and everything's going to go up. And what the corporations are going to do. Let's talk about Colgate. Let's talk about toothpaste. Go to the toothpaste aisle tomorrow in Walmart and just look down the aisle, or go down the soap aisle, the shampoo aisle, and look down all the options, how big the bottles are. If you've ever been to a foreign country, you realize it's not like that in foreign countries. In most foreign countries, 7-Eleven, an average 7-Eleven store is really your grocery store. You have to go to get your meat at some kind of other, like a meat store or whatever. So you have to understand they have control of all that. And what's going to happen now is, because the inflation is coming, these corporations are about to get the chokehold, because what they're going to do is you're not going to have that variety. And so your shelves are going to look empty, not because of anything. It's because they are going to try to keep their prices as low as they can by shutting down. You're not going to have whitening, with charcoal, extraction, whitening with this and whitening with that. You're not going to have that. In the next 6 months, you're going to realize you're going to have like 2 Colgates, because they had to get rid of all of them. And all these cool IPAs and all these cool independent beers, they're going to get wiped away too, because they're going to have to focus, like Stone Brewing Company from San Diego, which is huge. They're just going to have their IPA in a couple months. It's all you're going to have. You're not going to have any of these beers. Stuff's going to get discontinued, and you're going to go to the discount aisle. You're going to think it's so cool, because you'll be like, oh my God, I got all this cool stuff at the discount aisle. That's part of it. They're just basically delaying it. But we got them by the balls right now. So with those dueling snakes, like I said, it's time for us to put the pressure on them, because they're going to try to hide this inflation as much as they can. And by hiding the inflation, they're going to stop making more products. So you're not going to have all these independent beers. You're not going to have all these different flavors of beers, because they can't afford to do it. So the corporation is going to have to knock it down, and they're going to have to stop producing it. And we're not going to just have this easy way of just getting stuff from China and everything, because the gas prices are so high. And what eventually is going to happen is, like I said, we're all going to have to hunker down and look inward. And these countries are going to have to not shut the borders down, because I was watching a lot of economic people, and they're like, we're going to shut the borders down. They're not going to shut the borders down, but they're going to have to renegotiate everything. Because why don't we have the best avocados and strawberry fields in California? Because we have Gavin Newsom, who's making money doing all kinds of seedy stuff to get, strawberries from Guadalajara, or strawberries from China, or strawberries. That's why these people are so corrupt, because their puppets put in place there to get the money. And this is why this is all coming out now. And so it's time for us to put the chokehold. So I guarantee you, in the next 6 months, you take a picture of the shampoo aisle in Walmart. It's your local Walmart right now. And in 6 months, it's not going to be bare because of the supply line. It's going to be bare because they're cutting down on making different things. They're not going to make 5 different type of tires, 5 different type of shampoos, 5 different types of toothpaste. They're going to make 1 or 2. You're going to have less options now. In America, if you've ever been to a foreign country and you realize that 7-Eleven is your major grocery store, you understand. But most of you don't. You're used to just going into Walmart and having all these options. Watch those options get shredded as they try to hide the inflation, as they deflate the American dollar, because deflation is on the rise right now, okay? Let's talk about things you can do, all right? Right now, there's been the last 6 months, a joke about Bitcoin and this and that, crypto coin. Let's not talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about cryptocurrency, okay? I did a video called... so you think we're not in digital currency, something like that. It's on my Rumble. We are. And I talked about how do you buy. These people joked about buying cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, and they don't even know like how to do it. They just thought it was just funny. It was a funny thing to talk about. But seriously, how do you do it? It's because they own all the night show hosts. They own all the media, the mainstream media, and so they can create the agenda and run with it. But how do you do it? And I told you, you go and get yourself a Coinbase, and you open up a Coinbase Pro, You go in there, and this is another way you can not necessarily like stash money like you're doing anything bad, but yeah, you can put money in there. And if anything goes crazy, because right now the US currency is on a decline. Not that it's going to go away, but instead of being the top one or two, it could be when that lady in Philippines comes out and writes the percentage of your dollars when you want to exchange currency in the Philippines. USA might not be one or two, it might be five or six. And these crazy people are going to laugh because you have no idea about the global war that we're on, but I do, and now we're here. So basically, they can they want to shit. I lost my train of thought, but I'm gonna bring it back. I'm bring it back. But basically, they want to control the price of everything, but it's going to be exposed right now, and you're gonna see it. And they're gonna try to hide it by changing the prices and everything. All right, and what they're gonna do is just decrease the availability of the stuff that they produce, and then that's going to make the shelves look barren. All right, and what we got to do is just boycott certain things. All right, and just boycott it and start realizing, and even if how sleep you are going to wake up because you're going to start seeing it. And I don't care if you're watching this video right now, it's going to make sense because there's no other way out of it. Okay, you're gonna see it. They're loosening up the rope right now. They're letting you guys know this is okay. You can come into the ballpark without this or without that, but they're gonna tighten it. And what they're gonna try to do in the future right now, this is very important. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Is they're gonna blame it. They're actually gonna say, hey guys, look how much fish we have in the ocean now. Look how cleaner the oceans are now because we decided to stay at home. And dude, I can't ever understand how these people, for the life of me, sorry, I caught my train of thought back. Sorry, I did lose it for a second. Can look at me in the eyes and say, there's a billion masks in the ocean. How the hell would you know that? Oh, our fish is we don't have tuna in the ocean. How in the hell could you judge that? There's nothing you can tell me that can do that. There's nothing. I still don't believe the earth is flat or round. I'm like, at this point, I don't know. I'm like, until I see it, I don't know. You can't, oh, the fish population in the ocean, the turtles because of straws, because of plastic. It's like, no, 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 no. At this point, if you haven't woken up and see that these people in control or that want control are going to tax you and trip you up wherever they can, make you drink with paper straws, charge you for plastic bags to walk out of the store with 10 times the strength of a normal plastic bag we used to use, with a 20 times biodegradable strength, deep biodegradable strength plastic bag, and charge you for it. If you don't see the attack by now, you never will. So this message isn't for you. This is for the people that have woken up and been like, all right, yeah, something's going on. Something's going on. If that hot dog at that baseball game doesn't taste the same, there's a reason. And that's all I'm saying. And right now, it's coming. And start to notice the shelves at your store. It's going to be before, when you had 5 different, let's say, water ventilation systems. Like, say you go to Walmart and you get the little jug and you can pour water filter. You can pour it in there, put it in your fridge. That's going to go to like 1. Okay. And like I said, go look down your toothpaste aisle. Colgate used to have like 10 different Colgate toothpaste. That's going to go to like 2 because they're going to try to suppress it. So we got to put the chokehold on them now. Okay. Because look at it. What's going to happen? What's going to happen if there is a global reset? The banks, we don't pay our debt, they lose control of everything. Think about it. If we just stop paying our debt and we just said whatever, they lose their power right now. And that's the biggest thing that's going to happen. They're trying to threaten us like right now. They're like, oh, but if there is a global reset and we just say screw it and the debt goes away and the money goes away. So if the dollar goes away, and this is what I want to say to all the economists that are like, the dollar just might go away. If it does, then whoever's in control of the banks, they lose their control. And we have to put the squeeze on them right now. Okay? Do you understand? We can put the squeeze on them. That's where the squeeze is right now. They think they're letting up like a boa constrictor on us right now. No, 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 no. We're letting up, and it's time for us to wake up with the squeeze on them. Because if we just don't pay our credit cards, if we don't pay anything, and we just squat, they're done. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Your control's done. If the dollar drops too low, they're done. Do you understand that? I hope you get that. I hope I'm explaining that right now, because people are trying to be like, oh my God, the dollar is going to drop. But ways to get your money out of that, just in case. If you do have $10,000 or $15,000 or whatever lying around your savings account, You can buy gold. They always tell you buy gold, buy gold, buy silver, buy silver. You know what? Buy some. Use your money. And this is the perfect time to get into some Bitcoin. At least put your money into a Bitcoin account. And I've given you the way with going to Coinbase and Coin Pro, and then you at least can put some money. Today, I wanted to go and I wanted to get some cash and I wanted to invest some pesos because if this does go down and all the countries decide to like separate themselves and say, hey, we need to take it, that's where it's going. All countries might need to separate themselves and be like, we need to take care of ourselves, all right? And then renegotiate contracts. And I think that's where this is all going. If that happens, and they decide to devalue the dollar, which they're trying to do, which I can't see a real scenario where that happens. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think they want to just threaten you and scare you, but there's other ways you can get your money to other places. Within 2 minutes, I can have money transferred and shot into a cryptocurrency like that. So start looking into that. Gold, silver, it's nice. Treat yourself, but start allocating your money is my real whole point to this, because they're trying to threaten us at every avenue. But the real point is, if we just decided to just stop paying our credit cards and just stop doing this, they really couldn't do anything. Their power would be lost. So right now, we can put the squeeze on them. All right? It's kind of complicated. I'm gonna review this video, see how it looks. Peace out.